it is Wednesday morning. I'm on my way into the office. It's my last in-office day of the week. I got a comment on one of my videos asking like how I got into real estate development. So I was like, oh, I could do a little day in the life. At some point in the video, I can explain to you guys like how I got into this field, and yeah. But today is kind of a busy day, and it's like a perfect depiction of what real estate development is like. Like, I think I'll only be in the office for about 2 or 3 hours today. But right now I'm at Meijer because I need to get some protein bars for a little snack. So I'm gonna run in real quick, get that, and then we'll be on our way. Okay. Let's go. So from 9 to 11, I need to finish working on this grant that we are applying for. It's like $1 million grant to add to the capital stack for our project in Southwest Detroit. And so I'm going to work on that because it's really the only free time I have today, and it's due tomorrow. We found out about the grant on Friday, and then it was like the weekend, the long holiday weekend and stuff. So yeah, I need to really look at that because it's due tomorrow at 5 p.m. and then at 11 o'clock, the same project that we're applying for the grant for, we're having someone come over there and like board up the windows. So we're building a new construction center, and then also a building came along with the land, and so it's going to be like phased out. So the first phase of the project is the new construction center, and then the second phase is the renovation of the building that came with the sale of the land. I hope that's making sense. That building needs to be winterized, but just like right now, immediately, I wanted the windows boarded up just to keep it secure, and like just so we know people aren't in there, people and like rodents. Okay, you guys went flying, literally flying. I'm very sorry about that. I need to get the little mount thing. But yeah, so at 11 o'clock, someone is coming to board up the windows on that building because that just needs to be done. And then from 1 to like 3, so I work in real estate development, but it's a nonprofit. So we do a lot of community development. And what that means is we work with community partners that are anchored in the community to make sure that we are not perpetuating like that developer when like white developers come in and like gentrify neighborhoods and like just tell communities what they need instead of asking them and doing what the people want. We don't want to do that. So yeah, we work with community partners. So the partner that we're working with for Southwest, we are currently in design for this project, which means we're working with our architect to design what the building's gonna look like. Our partner is a community nonprofit organization, so we just want to make sure that they understand like the design process. They also will be the long-term owners of the building, but for right now they'll be one of 2 tenants, with the other tenant occupying like 80% of the space. I'm in the parking garage, so it's kind of dark. But what I was saying, sorry, there was so much happening. What I was saying is that we work with partners in the community to do our development projects. So the partner that we're working with, they are a nonprofit organization in Southwest Detroit. They've been there for years. They know the community. So we're working with them. They will be the long-term owner. basically how our developments work is we take a lot of the risk up front. So we like own the property, develop the property, and then after fundraising and certain funding winding down, the community partner will be the long-term owner, just so we make sure that, again, we're not a part of like the gentrification. We want community assets to stay in community and be owned by community. We're working very closely with them, like really working alongside them, really trying to give them the exposure and like technical experience of developing, just so it's something they have under their tool belt. So we have weekly meetings with them, but this week we're gonna meet with them in person. And I like to do these in-person meetings every couple weeks or when we have big updates. So like we are in architecture, we need to stay on schedule so that we can start construction on time. So we really want them to understand the architecture process, the design process, how when the architects ask us for our feedback, we need to give them quick turnaround in order for us to stay on schedule. Our Southwest partner also will be a tenant in the new center, but there will be, so it's an ECE center, which is Early Childhood Education Center, which is essentially just daycare and preschool all into one building. So there will be a provider who's going to be providing the preschool, daycare, ECE center, and then our Southwest partner will have like 10% of the space just kind of for like their administrative offices, and then they're gonna offer some programs as well. So we want to make sure that our Southwest partner is on board with, we want to empower the provider, our main tenant that's going to be in the space, to make design choices that are best for them. When it comes to like ECE centers, there's a lot of licensing requirements. There's just a lot of like design that we want that provider to be empowered to make, and like, but still also balancing the fact that this will be our Southwest partner's long-term building. So we don't want it to feel like we're taking any power away from them, but essentially they will be a landlord and not a tenant. So we want to empower the main tenant to make design choices that benefit their programming. And so just making sure we're communicating that thoroughly and not just acting on it. Again, that's why I feel like meetings like this that could possibly have miscommunication or tension points are best to just have in person. So we're gonna go there from 1 to 3. And so yes, that is the long drawn out agenda for today, and I'll try to record as much as I can for you guys, and I'll see you. Her part is uploading documents.
No, there's questions. I don't know.
There's nothing about our mission. There's nothing outside of what I uploaded that day. Okay, well, delete your other 2 applications so no one's confused.
It's probably one of these tabs I currently have open. Let's see here. That's something. What all do I have open?
Did I call Zena and cancel, or text her and cancel our meeting today?
Yes, I have no capacity.
Hi, you guys. So we just finished the meeting with our partner. We talked about all the updates. I literally did not speak. Rick kind of did all the talking. He's the lead on this project, so like this is literally his project. So he did all the talking, and now he's over here hanging these signs. I had to pee, so I went to go back in to pee, but he is over here hanging the signs for the coming soon new development. Oh my god, he's hanging the wrong one. He's hanging signs. Hey you guys, so the workday is done. I'm at home. Let me close this. After our meeting with our Southwest partner, I forgot that we had a meeting with the city of Detroit to talk about rezoning. This is the thing about development. There are so many moving parts, and like some stuff is contingent on others. Some stuff needs to be happening in tandem. Like there's just a ton of moving parts. So we had a meeting with the city because the land that we purchased, that we're going to build the new construction ECE center on, it's zoned for a different use. So I think it's zoned for like residential use. And so we met very preliminary with the city of Detroit, a contact that we have there that is going to help us through the rezoning process. There's like a lot of things happening at all times in development, and I think if anything, that's the one thing that stresses me out, because I just get nervous that something's gonna slip through the cracks, especially when you have something like rezoning that takes 4 to 6 months. Like, what if we get through, like, imagine we got through our design phase, we're ready to start constructing, and then we're like, oh, where are we on the rezoning? You know, I get nervous about stuff like that. But oh yes, that is how the day went. That's kind of how the days are in development. This video is kind of long, so I was thinking I can do a separate video and how I got in development, just like the makeup of my team. It's very cool, the makeup of my team. There's 6 of us on the team, 5 of us are women, 4 of us are Black women, and we are majority Black women developers, which is extremely rare in this industry and comes with its own set of challenges, of course. But it's really cool to be on a team that is like so like breaking those norms. It's like girl power. And then we have our one white man, Rick. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, so I feel like that can be a separate video because this one's already long. I just want to like explain to you, if anyone is interested in this career, I love watching videos like this when I'm like interested in something, because I want to know like a real day, like what's the nitty gritty. So yeah, that's my day. I can take you guys along for more and try to be more intentional about like actually showing you guys these conversations and this process and I can also do videos explaining like the phases of development, what it takes to get a project from A to B. A lot of our projects, because we work with community partners, they just take a lot longer. We're also fundraising the entire time. So we will probably be on this project with our Southwest partner for at least 2 more years, and then after that we will be the owner, and then after 5 to 7 years we will sell it to them for like a super discounted rate, because they essentially are like renting to buy. So all the money that they're putting towards rent over those 5 to 7 years is going to pay off the building, and so we're going to sell it to them for whatever is left on the building, which the way that we structure it is typically never more than they're already paying in rent, so that we know that they can afford it and we're not setting them up to fail by like putting them in a drowning situation that they cannot afford. So it's a really cool model and it's a really cool like structure, but it does come with its own complications, and honestly there aren't a ton of developers working in this way. So again, development is very entrepreneurial in itself, but even more so the development we do, it's very just like, I don't know, but that's why it's an amazing having a boss that trusts you and empowers you to make decisions and just do what makes sense and stuff like that. So that is a little day in the life. I hope that was helpful a little bit. And then I'll try to make a video on how I got into this field, and just like, I've only been on this team for 8 months. 8 months. Before this, I knew absolutely nothing about development. So this is also super helpful to me, because I feel like when you say something, like you can't teach someone something unless you know. So it's like forcing me to pull things, and it's like super helpful for me to say these things out loud. And like, I'm actually just speaking to you guys, like I'm kind of impressed with how much I've learned and how much I know. I still have so much more to learn, but I can bring you guys along on that journey if you would like to come. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.